Good evening. This is All India Radio. I am Valsa Williams with the news at 9. The headlines. BJP alliances retain power in Tripura and Nagaland, hung assembly in Meghalaya. Prime Minister Narendra Modi thanks party workers and people for their support. Prime Minister Modi inaugurates 8th edition of Raisina Dialogue in New Delhi. G20 Foreign Ministers call for strong international cooperation in the field of climate change, counter-terrorism and narcotics control. Law Minister Kiren Rijiju says judiciary and government must act together to fight the menace of child sexual abuse. And in cricket, India all out for 163 in their second innings of third test against Australia at Indore. Australia needs 76 runs to win the match. BJP alliances have retained power in Tripura and Nagaland, while BJP-IPFT has gained majority seats in Tripura. The NDPP and BJP combine crossed the majority mark in Nagaland. However, Meghalaya is heading towards a hung assembly with the ruling NPP emerging as the single largest party. All results for assembly elections in Tripura, Nagaland and Meghalaya have been declared. The counting of votes was taken up today. In Tripura, the ruling BJP-IPFT combine has won 33 seats, with BJP bagging 32 seats out of 60. CPM Congress Alliance has won 14 seats, with CPM winning 11 and Congress 3 seats. Tripura has taken 13 seats. Chief Minister and BJP candidate Dr. Manik Saha has been declared victorious from the town Bardowali constituency with a 49.77% vote share. In Nagaland, the ruling NDPP-BJP alliance has bagged 37 seats, with NDPP winning 25 out of 60 seats. BJP has won 12 seats. Nationalist Congress Party NCP has won 7 seats. National People's Party has bagged 5 seats and is followed closely by Independents bagging 4 seats. Lok Jan Shakti Party, Ram Vilas, Naga People's Front and Republican Party of India Athawale have won 2 seats each. BJP candidate Kazeto Kinimi has already won from the Akuluto constituency unopposed. Incumbent Chief Minister and NDPP candidate Nephew Rio has won from the Northern Angami 2 Assembly constituency with a whopping 92.87% vote share. Deputy Chief Minister and BJP leader Y. Patton, State BJP President Temjen Imna Along, former Chief Minister T.R. Zeliang, NPF leader Kauzu Luzo Nenu and NCP leader Pongshi Pom also registered victories. For the first time in the state, women candidates have won assembly polls. Hekani Jakalu Kense and Salhutuonu Kruse, both from NDPP, won the elections. In Meghalaya, the ruling party, National People's Party NPP, has won 26 out of 59 seats. United Democratic Party UDP has bagged 11 seats. Congress and TMC have won 5 seats each, while the new party Voice of the People Party bagged 4. BJP has won 2 seats. HSP, DP, PDF and Independents also won 2 seats each. Chief Minister and NPP candidate Conrad Sangma has won from South Tura Assembly seat. He bagged 49.42% vote percentage. Deputy Chief Minister Preston Taisong of NPP has been declared victorious from the Painursia constituency. Polling for the Sohyong Assembly constituency was postponed following the demise of a candidate. Former Chief Minister and Trinamool Congress candidate Mukul Sangma won from Songsak constituency but lost in Tikri Kila. Former Minister and NPP candidate Amparin Lingdo has won East Shillong, while BJP candidate Sanbor Shulai has won South Shillong seat with nearly 66% vote share. More from our correspondent from Shillong.
The fractured mandate left the top leaders of all parties to keep their options open in Meghalaya as the results of all 59 constituencies were declared. Though the NPP managed to be a single largest party, it is now short of 4 to 5 seats to form the government. The UDP, with 11 seats, emerged as the second largest party. Surprisingly, the Voice of People Party, established hardly 2 years ago, has shot up to the fore in the political picture of the state, bagged 4 seats, all from the Khasi region. People of Meghalaya will now have to wait and see for a few more days that whose support will be taken for formation of the new government. Lakshmi, AR News, Shillong.
BJP Meghalaya President Ernest Mori told a reporter that he has spoken to BJP President JP Nadda this evening and was asked to support NPP in forming the government in the state. The BJP leader said he has conveyed the decision to State Chief Minister Conrad Sangma. He added that he will meet Mr. Sangma tonight and submit a support letter to him. It may be mentioned that BJP has won 2 seats in the election. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has thanked the people of Tripura for voting for the BJP. He said this is a vote for progress and stability. Mr. Modi said BJP will continue to boost the state's growth trajectory. He added that he is proud of all Tripura BJP workers for their efforts at the grassroots. Mr. Modi also thanked the people of Nagaland for blessing the NDPP-BJP alliance with yet another mandate to serve the state. The Prime Minister also expressed gratitude to all those who have supported the BJP in the Meghalaya Assembly polls. Addressing party workers at the BJP headquarters in Delhi, he thanked them for the efforts they put in.
मैं बीजेपी की सफलता का रहस्य बताना चाहता हूं। भाजपा के विजय अभियान का रहस्य छिपा है त्रिवेणी में। त्रिवेणी यानी 3 धाराओं का संगम। इस त्रिवेणी की पहली शक्ति है भाजपा सरकारों का कार्य। इस त्रिवेणी की दूसरी शक्ति है भाजपा सरकारों की कार्य संस्कृति और इस त्रिवेणी की तीसरी शक्ति है भाजपा के कार्यकर्ताओं का सेवा भाव।
BJP President JP Nadda expressed gratitude to the people of Nagaland for their support that led to the victory of the BJP-NDPP alliance. In a series of tweets, the BJP President expressed gratitude to the people of Tripura for reposing faith in the BJP and ensuring a historic win in the state. He said the victory belongs to every citizen who aspired for progress and development. He added that the party will continue working to develop Tripura. In Tamil Nadu, Congress candidate and former Union Minister EVKS Elangovan has won the Erode East Assembly constituency by-election. In Jharkhand, NDA candidate Sunita Chaudhary of AJSU party won the by-election for the Ramgarh constituency, defeating Congress candidate Bajrang Mahato by 21,970 votes. In the by-poll to Chintwad near the Pune district of Maharashtra, BJP candidate Ashwini Jagtap has won the seat with a lead of over 36,000 votes. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today inaugurated the 8th edition of the Raisina Dialogue in New Delhi. Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni is the chief guest of the 3-day dialogue. Speaking on the occasion, the Italian Prime Minister said India's leadership in G20 and the Raisina Dialogue together can send a message of cooperation and peace to the world. She said global coordination on climate change should not be a zero-sum game, and Indo-Pacific countries led by India have a strong role to play in this regard. Ms. Meloni noted that India is a key player in the Indo-Pacific and Italy is a key stakeholder in the Mediterranean. She stated that what happens in the Indo-Pacific has direct consequences for Europe. She highlighted that Mr. Modi and she have announced the scaling up of the India-Italy bilateral relationship to a strategic partnership. She stressed that terrorism is a concern that needs to be faced by a wide coalition of international countries. Raisina Dialogue is India's flagship conference on geopolitics and geostrategy. The theme of the 2023 edition is Provocation, Uncertainty, Turbulence, Lighthouse in the Tempest. The G20 Foreign Ministers meet held in New Delhi today deliberated upon current global challenges including climate change, food and energy insecurity and global supply chain disruptions. The chair's summary and outcome document of the meeting said the foreign ministers brought focus on issues like strengthening multilateralism, ambitious climate and environmental action, deepening cooperation on sustainable development, counter-terrorism and disaster risk reduction. It said the war in Ukraine has further adversely impacted the global economy and there was a discussion on the issue. The foreign minister said it is essential to uphold international law and the multilateral system that safeguards peace and stability. The outcome document said the threat of the use of nuclear weapons is inadmissible and peaceful resolution of conflicts is vital. It stressed that a more inclusive and reinvigorated multilateralism and reform aimed at implementing the 2030 agenda is essential. Briefing media in New Delhi this afternoon, External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar said the foreign ministers reaffirmed the steadfast commitments of G20 leaders to tackle climate change by strengthening the full and effective implementation of the Paris Agreement.
The foreign ministers addressed climate action in the context of common but differentiated responsibilities and urged developed countries to fulfill their commitments to deliver on the goal of jointly mobilizing $100 billion per year urgently and through to 2025 to tackle climate change.
G20 Foreign Ministers for the first time discussed the topic of counter-narcotics and called for inclusive and strong international cooperation in this regard. Dr. S. Jaishankar said the foreign ministers condemned all forms of terrorism.
Condemned terrorism in all forms and manifestations and recognized that all acts of terrorism are criminal and unjustifiable. They called for strengthening of efforts to deny safe havens to terrorist groups, freedom of operations, movement and recruitment, as well as financial, material or political support.
U.S. State Secretary Antony Blinken today spoke briefly with his Russian counterpart Sergei Lavrov on the sidelines of the meeting of foreign ministers of the G20 nations in New Delhi. The meeting was the first face-to-face meeting between the two foreign ministers since the conflict between Russia and Ukraine began over a year ago. During the less than 10-minute exchange, Blinken urged Russia to reverse its decision to suspend cooperation in the New START nuclear arms treaty and accept a U.S. proposal for the release of U.S. citizen Paul Whelan. While addressing a press conference in New Delhi today, Lavrov said it is high time to reform the UN Security Council. He said Russia does not feel isolated. The West is isolating itself now, he added. External Affairs Secretary Vinay Mohan Kwatra has said that extensive deliberations were held today between India and Italy to further strengthen their bilateral, regional and global cooperation. Briefing the media about the decision taken during the delegation-level talks between Prime Minister Narendra Modi and his Italian counterpart Giorgia Meloni, Mr. Kwatra said both countries have decided to turn their relationship into a strategic partnership. On defence cooperation, Mr. Kwatra said discussions were held between the two sides in the field of manufacturing, co-production, co-design and co-innovation. He said Italian PM Giorgia Meloni appreciated the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi on matters of regional and global importance, particularly about the concerns, interests and priorities of the Global South. Union Law Minister Kiren Rijiju has described child sexual abuse as the most grave and disconcerting challenge. Inaugurating a conference on child sexual abuse material organized by the National Human Rights Commission in New Delhi, he said all crimes are bad, but crimes against children are difficult to digest, and these need to be dealt with differently. He stressed on the need to go beyond legal provisions to deal with such crimes, saying the society must come together to ensure the safety of women and children. The minister said the production, distribution and consumption of child sexual abuse material is one of the most serious forms of sexual abuse, and it is a grave violation of human rights of children. He listed out measures taken by the government to address the issue, including making POCSO Act more stringent. Mr. Rijiju said the judiciary and the government must come together to fight against the menace of child sexual abuse. He said based on the pendency of cases, the centre has earmarked 1,023 fast-track special courts, including 389 exclusive POCSO courts, to dispose of the case related to rape and child sexual abuse. In his address, NHRC Chairperson Justice Arun Mishra stressed on the need for coordinated efforts to make the digital world safe for children. In cricket, India were all out for 163 in their second innings against Australia at the end of Day 2 of the third test of the Border Gavaskar Trophy at Indore. They took a lead of 75 runs. Cheteshwar Pujara scored the highest, 59 runs. For the visitors, Nathan Lyon scalped 8 wickets. Australia need 76 runs to win the match. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. BJP alliances retain power in Tripura and Nagaland. Hung assembly in Meghalaya. Prime Minister Narendra Modi thanks party workers and people for their support. Prime Minister Modi inaugurates 8th edition of Raisina Dialogue in New Delhi. G20 Foreign Ministers call for strong international cooperation in the field of climate change, counter-terrorism and narcotics control. Law Minister Kiren Rijiju says judiciary and government must act together to fight the menace of child sexual abuse. And in cricket, India all out for 163 in their second innings of third test against Australia at Indore. Australia needs 76 runs to win the match. That is all in the news at 9. Good night.